As we dig deeper into the roster of Mortal Kombat 3 characters, there hasn't been one character more requested ever since I covered both Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Adding on to the list of ninjas in this series is Ermac, an interesting character since he was created after a rumor spreading during Mortal Kombat 1. With the devs joking around in MK2 with Jade quotes and scrambled text, they finally made him a real boy in Mortal Kombat 3. Since then, he's been a fan favorite. Today, we're going to be covering all 8 of Ermac's finishers from the worst to the best.
Fight!
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. My name is Nick, and welcome to, or welcome back to the channel. If you're new, soul slam that subscribe button to join the Whack Pack today, and to stay tuned for more Mortal content. Today, we'll be looking at Ermac, the red-clad ninja who utilizes telekinesis and made up of many thousands of souls. Since his rumor days, his finishers have been interesting and have some impact among the series. Each of those will be ranked based on creativity, pacing, and overall fit to the character. Here are the ground rules for the mysterious magician. Rule number 1, no brutalities, friendships, or other atalities. Rule number 2, Armageddon finishers won't be included. Rule number 3, Ermac's secret boss fight finisher won't be included. Don't worry, I've read some of the comments, the Shaolin Monks finishers will get their own ranking soon, so just trust me. And rule number 4, recreated fatalities will count as their own entry in this list. As mentioned in previous episodes, many games do something different with these classic finishers, for better or for worse, and each will count as its own on this list. For an example, Ermac slammed many fighters into the ground like a football, so each will be ranked differently. Alright, with those rules established, collect your souls and start teleport kicking as we rank all 8 of Ermac's finishers across the entire series. Number 8. Crazy, we're starting things off with Ermac's first playable appearance with Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. With this being his playable debut, what did the team come up with for his first ever fatality?
Ermac wins.
Oh, wow. Just wow. Uppercut from Hell takes our 8th spot for being so original. Yep, this is literally a basic decapitation finisher with nothing special about it. Other characters add so much flair, like Johnny Cage and the spine chilling of Sub-Zero's spine rip. But Ermac's uppercut lacks any of that. I'm sorry, all the other decapitations are just ahead of this one. This is what makes it the worst Ermac fatality. Number 7. Time for a huge jump in quality by jumping into the era of the PS2 with Deception. Ermac's finishers are loads better than before. Even though this is number 7, it's actually pretty solid, so let's tear right into it. Ripping and tearing into number 7 is Telekinetic Tear, a pretty unique finisher and one that is pretty dark, giving the opponent the Darth Maul treatment in a pretty cool way, lifting them off the ground, crushing them, and then just splitting them in half. As much as I do like this one, it's kind of a bummer we already have another telekinesis-based finisher from the same game, that being Kenshi, and I found that one to be a bit better. Overall, like the opponent, this one isn't half bad. Number 6. Sticking with Deception for not only Ermac's second finisher, but his second finisher in the entire PlayStation 2 catalog. With the first being pretty good, this next one reinvents a classic.
Yes.
Number 6 goes to the Deception adaptation of Telekinetic Slams. With the power of the PS2 and innovations of cinematic fatalities, this one was done pretty well. Instead of the UMK3 version with rapid speeds, this goes for 3 hard slams to make the body go boom. It's simple and good to see a classic come back.
Yes.
Also, are you okay? Your throat sounds kinda rough, maybe it's just the allergies. So take some Halls, that'll cheer you right up. Number 5. Cracking into the top 5 with Ermac's latest appearance, Mortal Kombat X. Many of the MKX finishers focused on abilities the characters could pull off while injecting personality to make it feel unique just to them. With Ermac, we got two innovative finishers that highlight on some very dark aspects. Headed into number 5 is Head Out, a fairly unique way to decapitate the opponent like a Sith Lord, no punches required. With the innovation, we were able to see the head sunk back into the body, similar to a Doomslayer glory kill to a zombie, then ending it all by pulling the head through the chest. It's a nice 3-act structure. Though it's a bit overkill, it's a pretty solid and flashy, unique finisher. Happy to see this magician pull out some new tricks. Number 4. Let's head back to the arcade trilogy for another Ermac classic. As mentioned earlier in the episode, Ermac had recreated a fatality in Deception. Well, let's take a look back at the classic variant for a slamming good time.
Wins.
Backsmacking into number 4 is Telekinetic slams from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Although I praised the PS2 version of this finisher by having each slam feel heavy and brutal, I actually appreciate this one more. Instead of 3 heavy slams, Ermac has the opponent slam the ground at rapid speeds to make the body go boom. Quite fitting for MK3 actually. This one is quick, to the point, and very memorable. A great way to cap off his playable debut. Alright, so the next 3 are extremely amazing Ermac finishers, and I had a hard time placing these. At the end of the day, I went with this order with extremely minor reasons as to why I put one over the other. With that, let's get to the top 3. Number 3. Let's finally dive into Mortal Kombat's reboot from 2011. This game retconned Ermac's backstory, which now changed him to be a fusion of souls. With this, his soul powers were expanded upon, and was able to create a nice callback finisher to Mortal Kombat 3.
Ermac wins. Fatality.
Taking the bronze medal is Pest Control. Instead of pulling a Jax and growing to the size of a kaiju, Ermac instead shrinks them, somehow, and then steps on them. The nice little detail is where he wipes the floor with them, quite literally. Really looks like someone has been taking notes from Primal Rage 2's Melissa. This is a great finisher with some dark humor. It stomps out a lot of its competitors. Number 2. Our runner-up comes from Mortal Kombat X. With both of Ermac's finishers being quite innovative from a character and personality point of view, his second finisher upped the ante and made for quite the nasty one. Taking the silver medal is Inner Workings. Probably one of the darker finishers I can think of, and one perfect for a telekinetic user. Forcefully contorting the opponent, like the second step of a bop it by twisting them, to then pull out their digestive system while they're forced to watch. For a darker take, I really wish Ermac either pulled out all the organs or just the spine. Other than that, it's an extremely dark and disturbing finisher. I'm not sure how many people could stomach this one. Number 1. Let's round out this ranking by looking at Mortal Kombat's reboot once again. This game made an effort to revitalize the series and reinvent what made the series great to begin with. This included updating the classic combat system and fatalities, such as our number 1 spot.
Ermac wins. Fatality.
Taking our gold medal is Mind Over Splatter, updating the original Telekinetic slam finisher with all the right innovations and additions. The 3-act structure of the lift, limbs flying off, and then ending it all by slamming the opponent into the ground head first. I love this finisher so much. When I saw this finisher for the first time 11 years ago, damn I'm old, it blew my mind. This is what makes Mind Over Splatter the #1 Ermac fatality of all time. So there you have my ranking of all 8 of Ermac's finishers ranked from worst to best. Which of the Soul Man's finishers was your favorite and which was your least favorite? Comment down below and I'll surely get back to you. You should know by now that these are just my picks and I'd love to hear yours too. And while we're at it, let's not argue with each other about our opinions. I hope you're having a fun time with these rankings. Your support means so much and I appreciate all of your requests and feedback. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe. It really helps the channel a ton. I hope you're excited for the next set of videos too. All I can say is bring out the ketchup, mustard, and other condiments. It's gonna be a fun string of videos. As always, thank you so much for your continuous support. My name is Nick, and remember to smile and have an amazing day.